Um, Hello, hello nhiều người xím á. Nó ngày slide mà chị Hiên thì được bị bạc á, hình bạc. Mình chụp. Đôi chỉ chọn thì bây giờ bắt tục rồi chứ. Nè. Ok, còn. Oh, well. Okay. Mới khơi ạ. Em nói khơi rồi. Doesn't work. So quiz is difficult, really difficult. Acceptable. Acceptable is mean good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's working. So now I know how to fix it. Okay. First quiz is okay. Second quiz gonna be better. Huh? Okay. Forget about it. We're done. No drama. Okay. If we realize that we still we made the mistakes, then we improve it. Okay. Right. Okay. Because if we realize we cannot do it, then we should do it more. I mean, improve it. Okay. For a better future. Okay. Okay, yeah, we continue about topics, our lessons about withholding tax. We discussed about source of income on Monday, right? Mondays. So we done all of this. So 10 different payments from resident to a non-resident considered as a committed source. First is interest. Second is dividends. Third one is service performed in Cambodia. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, service performed in Cambodia. This rule just introduced they used to introduce this kind of source of income for withholding tax from 1997 to 2000 until 2003, and they stopped from 2004 until 2016, and then they reintroduced the same rule for withholding tax back in 2017. Okay, yeah, and so we perform, and compensation for management and technical service come out during the exam many times, not more than 90%. Yeah, they will ask, oh, all of this point will consider as a Cambodian source income, yes or no, or what they choose. Let us choose. Most is multiple choice questions. And number 5 is the income from movable or immovable property. If such property, this is rent. We rent out the properties from a non-resident, but the property should be located in Cambodia. If not located, then will not be subject to tax. Royalties from the use or right to use intangible properties. Yeah, pay from resident pass-through or permanent establishment. Gain from sale of immovable property located in Cambodia. Yeah, I explained to you this rule is not practically cannot be implemented. Yeah, because it's hard for us as a buyer of the properties and try to identify how much the seller makes, seller gains on that. Probably they tell us, oh, we lost, right? And when they gain, this will say, I lost, I sell it very cheap. Okay, cheap to you. Okay, you do the same, or you tell the truth to the buyer, to your client, say, hey, I make this much money. You will say, no, I don't make much, or it's even lost. Okay, even lost. Okay, premiums for if you purchase insurance from a local insurance company here, no withholding tax. But if you purchase an insurance from an insurance company overseas, yeah, so then if you pay, or maybe reinsurance is not only applicable for an insurance company. I explained to you, right? The insurance companies, they sell the policy to us locally, and then they cannot cover all the risk. They sell the same policy to a non-resident. So yeah, from a source of income perspective, they say that is Cambodian source. And then we learn. If then, so many insurance company here, when they sell the insurance policy to you, a huge risk that they need to cover. So are they able to actually cover all the risk? Not. 20 to 30% only. Because here, when they collect money, they keep our money. So they're supposed to use that money for, reinvest to generate income, to actually cover the risk that they promised to us. But Cambodia, we don't have much investment activity. We don't have stock exchange. We don't have. So the good thing that we have only deposit at banks, which we get a little high interest compared to other countries. Minimum, we get 4% per year. Yeah, 4% minimums. Okay, so normally they will, reinsure to the non-resident insurance companies. Will they deduct 14% withholding tax on that? Let's see. Yeah. Gain from sale of movable property, which is part of the business properties of the permanent establishment, PE, maintained by a non-resident in Cambodia. So we are talking about immovable. Immovable is not part, we're talking about immovable here. This is really immovable that owned by a non-resident. But here we're talking about movable, which is used by a PE. And then when the PE sell it and they gain, they have to pay withholding tax. Because as I mentioned, PEs and a head office is the same entities. They can use, a head office property sometimes. Yeah. And when they sell it, if they gain, they have to pay tax, but usually they don't gain. because movable is depreciated asset, right? The value always go down. Yeah, but somehow maybe, yeah. Sometimes you can make money from selling up scrap, or maybe use asset. Okay, but this rule actually overlap with the income tax law, tax on income, because if you are a PE, you are a registered taxpayer, right? If you are a registered taxpayer, you're going to pay income tax. If the movable property you use, then yeah, you record as your property, your asset, and you claim a depreciation. When you sell, if you gain, you pay income tax. You pay income tax. But some properties, which maybe not office equipment, but maybe a high tech machinery, for example, because there are some that's mainly for a construction industry, for example. Sometimes you have a specialized equipment, like a drill to drill the underground, underground tunnel or something like that, right? Like a big, what they call I forget the names. That's specialized, very expensive, million dollars. You can relocate it one place to another place. Yeah, because as a PE here, if Cambodia, nobody go to invest such amount of money on equipment. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a underground drilling, like drill the underground road from France to UK, under the sea. Mù thông, là cái khuôn vơ là lọm mơ thôi. Yeah. So yeah, this kind of like specialized equipment, or some maybe, some other equipments that expensive. Okay, usually owned by a head office. For example, aircraft, right? Airplanes. Some non-resident companies, they have an office here. They have a brand office here. Most of the non-resident company, they set up a brand here because it's required by local law that they have to set up an office here to work with the local authority, to get what we call a flight permit or some sort of a communication here. And if they set up office, yes, of course, they have a PE. They fly in and out Cambodia. But the local office here does not own the aircraft. The head office own aircraft. Yeah. Okay, based on this rule, if the airplane being used by a PE here, 100%, yeah, even actually the ownership is owned by the head office, but when they sell, then they have to pay tax here. But if they don't own it, they don't use it, it means no tax. Yeah. So this only when the PE use it. Some case, yes, because maybe they design one plane to actually own or being used 100% by local office, some company. Some not. If they have a busy flight, they have a lot of customers here locally. Yeah, they will do. Sometimes they use to fly, locally from Phnom Penh, Siem Reap, Phnom Penh, Siem Will, whatever. But yeah, Cambodia, we all have like international, international airport. All airport actually international. A foreign airplane can fly to any airport here in Cambodia, all international. And that's why, from the operational perspective, the foreign companies, they not required actually to own an airplane here if they want to fly locally. Yeah, maybe they come, you fly from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap, but sometimes you fly foreign airplane, not Cambodian Airway. Yeah, but our Cambodian Airway, yes, this is a Cambodian company. They must own it or they lease it from from overseas. And for them, they are not a PE. They are a legal entities, and they must record as their asset. Okay, that's number 9. Number 10, income from business activity carry on by a non-resident through a PE. Yeah, also talking about still PE. This is the PE, remember? PE is a brand or an office. PE and the head office are the same entities. The PE can do business. If they do business, they make money, they get profit. Income here refers to profit because of the term we call tax on income, but actually tax on a profit, not a gross income, right? Is how we calculate. So they refer to a profit of a PE. PE do business, they generate income, income minus expense, and then they make profit. If they transfer that profit they make here in Cambodia back to the head office, they need to pay withholding tax 14%. If you are a company, you will call what you call dividends, right? If you are a company, illegal entities, if you make money, the profit you make become a retained earnings. After you distribute this returning back to the shareholder, we call dividend. But for the PE, we don't call dividend, we call profit or PE profit. If you establish as a brand, we call brand profit. Many countries, they don't tax on the brand profit or PE profit. Cambodia doesn't have it, but they just added it recently. Yeah. So yeah, for us, no difference between PE profit or illegal entities profit. So we treat the same. Okay. But many tax officers until today, they still misunderstand. They try to tax PE profit. I've been fighting for a long time, but I accept the principle that all will subject to withholding tax, but I want to correct. They said, I have, a foreign brand is my client. When they make profit, they transfer, okay? And the tax department, when they issue the tax reassessment, they said 14% on dividend distributed by a brand. I said, it's wrong. Your wording is wrong. If you say dividend, I will fire you until, maybe I die. If you want to tax, I will pay tax if you change the word. The case is still there now at the legal department of the tax department, at the tax department. I accept subject to tax, but I want them to change the word only. Okay, let's see whether I win or I lost. I told them already, so Mr. Officer, please change the word. And then I will explain to my client, I will see, and we will pay tax. If you don't change the word, they will not pay. It's a Japanese client, tricky, a tricky person. If you use the wrong word, they will not pay. And they will all say, no, I'm a brand office, I have no dividend. They all say it's the same thing, repeat the same thing, And I told them, your law also accept brand profit is not a dividend. You have another category here, dividend, which is by the resident enterprise. It's not a PE. So, but I don't know why they don't change it. These cases take 3 years. Just want to change the word. Okay. Okay. So this is all we call Cambodian source income. So this this term or this kind of income also we also impose income tax on the same source of income. So, and also impose withholding tax. It seems like duplicate. Yeah, it duplicate. It means if non-resident generate this kind of income, if they are not subject to withholding tax, then they will need to pay income tax. Or if they are not paying income tax, they will pay withholding tax. Which means if we expand the scope of law, to collect, so you cannot get away. Yeah, you either pay once withholding tax or income tax. Yeah, because withholding tax and tax on income is direct tax, right? It's a tax on income. So we're trying to tax the non-resident if they generate this 10 income, types of income. Okay. For PE, for sure, you tax mainly we tax on the income tax, and also the point number 10, the PE pay income tax, and they if they remit back to the head office, they also need to pay another 14% withholding tax. So they pay twice. Yeah. pay twice. Some they only pay one times. Okay, question? No? No. Remember all of this. Okay. Okay, that's a Cambodian source. And they said definition of foreign source. They said income from foreign source, all income that is not Cambodian source. Okay. The simplest definition we can have. Anything is not Cambodian source is foreign source. Okay, good. No need to think about it. Okay, we learn about the exemption, right? Tax exemption for under withholding tax service under pay to a non-resident service under the 50,000 Khmer Rial, rents to registered taxpayer, some royalty on a software, 4 different software come out during the final exam, software exempted from withholding tax. We will put, okay, yeah. What? Shrink wrap software, downloadable, whatever. So now we have more exemption under withholding tax. We have more exemptions. Yeah, more. Okay. The income of royal government and institution of royal government. Okay. If we pay the income to the governments, okay, or institution, we are exempted from withholding tax. We are exempt. We don't need to, but only official payments, which means the payment that we can get a receipt from the government. Yeah, if it is considered as income of the royal government, when we make a payment, we have to get a receipt. If we pay without receipt, can we call government income? If we pay to officer, and then no receipt. If not income, what do you call? What do you want to call? Corruption. That I interpret local corruption law. Because we no exemption, because the anti-corruption unit explained to us, a private sector or a government say, haven't you paid one Khmer Rial to the officer without, a proper justification or without a proper document? Called corruption. This is a bribery. It is a bribe. So in other country, like in the US, if you can pay, you can provide a gift to a government officer, but if it is less than $1,000, fine, But we don't have this kind of like exemption or minimum exemption, no. They said even one Khmer Rial. I said, oh, wow. It's amazing. Amazing, we are very strict. Which means you cannot pay extra to the officer here. If you pay extra from what the government wanted to pay, it means it is corruptions. And that's why the corruption index here in Cambodia is very high, because they are follow our local law. There is no exemption. Okay. Okay. So only we pay, we get a receipt that is exempt. If no receipt, that I would say, corruption. So no withholding tax, basically, because it's illegal. You will be in jail based on corruption law instead of paying tax here, Okay. Many companies, they have some trouble with this kind of problem, because when they do business here, they cannot avoid paying extra to the officer. If not, the business cannot run smoothly. So yeah, but they don't know what to do. Okay, hopefully all of you, when you get a job as a government officer or whatever, try to enforce a very strict corruption law. Don't pay, not ask for. Okay. So yeah, I used to it before, but recently, no, No, I don't pay, but it's painful. You know, request for a license. If you don't pay, you can get it. But if we pay, we can get within 1 or 2 weeks. If you don't pay, it takes like 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year, or maybe you don't get it until you go along the way to the top guy, ask, to meet, you have a good connection with the top guy, then you ask, you call him, and he will ask his officer, hey, yeah, just let this one go. This one is so annoying. Okay. Okay, yeah. And second is the income of any organization that are organized and operate exclusively for religious. Okay, yeah, we talk about, you paying the income to a exempted organization, right? So this organization that operate as religious, charitable, scientific, literary, or educational purpose. No part of the properties or earnings which is used for a private interest. So if you look at this, is what you call, everyone will know what we call non-profit organization or non-governmental organization. But this combine two of it. So we have non-profit. This one, they focus on non-profit and non-governmental. Non-government, or what we call NGO. Why I said non-profit and non-governmental is different. So non-governmental, it means the organization which do not do business. Yeah, don't do business. What I mean, don't do business, they don't sell product, they don't sell service. They will get the money from the donor and they will spend all of it. They will give away to the communities. Yeah. There's no business. Yeah. No business means they don't sell good and they don't sell service. But non-profit, they do business. But why they do business? They sell good, they sell service, they make money. They make money. But the money that they make, they don't use as a private interest, which means they don't, the money that they make from that doing business, they just reinvest in the communities, reinvest into the communities. They don't, distribute this earning to a founders of the organization, or maybe the board or any kinds of officer, higher ranking officer as their own benefit. Yeah, whatever money they make, okay, they will expand the operation, helping people, but they're still doing business. The same like Friends organization, that's an NGO, but they're helping, maybe a poor student to have a good education and also have a what they call a skill training to make something, some handicraft, like a souvenir, and then those students make it and then they sell it. Okay, when they make money, they will reinvest, expand the training centers, and then they can recruit more poor students come to study, and they train it, and then they can get a job. And another friend organized, not friend, is run founded by French guy called PSE. Yeah, Stungman J, PSE. Yeah, I cannot pronounce French in French, PSE. Yeah, it's so. Yeah, they do business. They open a restaurant. They open a souvenir shop. They open like a massage, centers or something like that, because they train the poor to do all of this, like work. And then okay, they open it. Then when they train, and then they can also practice. Yeah, and they also can make some money. Okay. So non-profit is an organization that do business, selling goods, selling service. But the money that they make, they don't use as a private interest. So the founder don't get anything. Yeah. The board, I would say the organization will not get any benefit from the earnings. that we call a non-profit organization. Yeah. Okay, so all of those organizations will be exempt from not just withholding tax, but also exempt from tax on income. Tax on income. Yeah. They don't need to pay tax because government loves them because they are a government partners to develop the country and communities. Yeah. And third point, so it's mean, okay, just to emphasize on this, that if we pay to those organizations, sometimes, you know, we buy a service from them. Yeah, they don't issue you with a proper, what we call, next we will learn about VAT invoice. You know, they will not issue with a proper VAT invoice. But if we know that they are a non-profit, they are exempted from tax on income, we don't need to deduct withholding tax. Okay. Okay. Third point, the income of any labor organization or any chambers of commerce. Okay. Chamber of Commerce. We have Cambodia Chamber of Commerce. We have so many Chamber of Commerce. Foreign investor, they also have a Chamber of Commerce. You have Eurocham, European Chamber of Commerce, Italian Chamber of Commerce, American Chamber of Commerce. You know, all the investors come from a country. They will set up the chambers, Chamber of Commerce. Okay. Industry. Or agricultures. Okay, they have like association. In the case where the income of this organization is not for a private benefit, the same thing, or any shareholder or physical person. So point 2 and point 3 is similar, you know, but point number 3, they really focus on particular entity, which is we call association, which will be different from maybe NGO and non-profit organization under point 2. Yeah. But the same, you know, the purpose, if these associations or organization use the earning as a private, of course, they need to pay tax. If they don't use, you know, they are exempted. Yeah, as a Chamber of Commerce, they will make money through a membership. Okay, if you want to be my members, pay me. Some, they will have like a plan, okay? If you want to have your company logo, you know, display on my office and big logo, you pay me 1,000. If you want a bigger, you pay 5,000 a year. Yeah, they have premium, platinum membership, something like that. Yeah, like Kamet's, you know, a member of American Chamber of Commerce. They're platinum, right? The platinum member, so they pay more, maybe around $5,000 a year. Yeah, normal members, you cannot display your logo or anything. $500. Yeah. Yeah. What is it? Okay, if just a normal member, you don't receive any kinds of like a marketing privilege or something, you pay $500 just being a member of most of the foreign Chamber of Commerce. Okay, and all of those Chamber of Commerce, they also make money when they organize some sort of, we call networking event, you know, and then they will collect the fee, $50, $40, you know, every event. Yeah. Okay, you will pay a member annual membership fee plus additional when you want to join the event. Okay. Yeah, you can see that they collect monies, which means they sell service to you, right? And they collect money when you want to join event. They're also selling a service to you. Yeah. But of course, remember, no part of earning will use as a private interest. Next, the profit from sale of agricultural produce or products, yeah. That a person who is not a self-assessment system of taxation. So this is a farmer, you know, you call farmer, we call farmer, right? Has produced by himself, whether the products is sold in its raw or after transforming, that are and extension of habitual agricultural work. Yeah, it means you can sell, like as a raw, or maybe you transform a little bit, like cassava. You can sell like, or as a raw, or maybe you transform, you cut it into small pieces and you dry it, you sell it. But that's kind we call it habitual agricultural work. You are not going to process that agricultural product in a manufacturing, process. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, farmer. If you pay farmers, you don't need to pay withholding tax. Okay. I mean, you buy product from farmers or whatever to the farmers. Yeah. All exempt. They are also exempt from income tax. Tax on income they don't pay. So you see, farmer is tax free. They make money, don't pay tax. So if you now you study, you work, you pay tax. You make less money than them. Some farmer they have like a big land, right? Yeah, 100 hectares of land. They can generate $1 million income a year. Yeah, but they don't pay tax. Okay, tax havens. Does any of you does your parent is a farmer? No. All right. No. Okay, not me. Come from farmer families. Yeah, but now stop. Don't do anymore. Just keep the land vacation because we don't make money now. Spend so much on the when we do a farmings, but we can when we get the products, the price will be low. Right now, Judy, a lot of people complain about rice price low. Okay. Okay. Next, operation by industrial means, including transformations, preservation, and commercial packaging, are not considered as part of the habitual. Okay, that's we are talking about. They explain further what we call habitual agricultural work. If you process those products in the industrial, under the industrial zone or maybe factory, or you pack it, and then it is not called an habitual agricultural work. Of course, if you do that, it's a kind of business activity that's subject to tax. You need to register and pay tax. Okay. Okay. Many more, are exempted. Interest payment made to a domestic bank, saving institution. We all know that. If we borrow money from banks, financial institution is exempt. Payment made to income tax exempt entity. Yeah, we discussed about it. Payment made to the government, already made it. Okay, this one we are talking about not a service, but payment made to government on government institution in respect of royalty. We pay royalty to the governments. Royalty, which means when we get a license, some business you get a license from a government to do business. But the government say, I will collect a royalty from you. If you make money, I will collect. Yeah. So let's say percentage on your income. Some they will collect 1% or 2% on your income each year. Yeah. For example, if you invest in hospitality, the government will give you an island or an area to build, like a hotel or resort, like Boko, for example. Yeah. So then this is a government land because the mountain, some part of it is a government land. If the government give a soccer group to develop, casino, resort, okay, you do it, you invest it, and look at your income. Okay, if you generate income, 100 million, pay me $2 million. Normally they will collect around 1% to 3%. That's what we call royalty for this kind of business. So yeah, do you know Songsa Island? Yeah, you know, right? But you never go. Let's try it. Not that expensive. You spend only like a pig we call peak season, you spend around 1,500 per night, per person. Yeah, per person. Okay. If you go there too, and when you stay in the same room, like one room can stay 2 people. Okay. 2 people, you have to pay 3,000. If you go alone, you stay one room, okay, you pay 1,500. But they cover everything, stay, eat, food, drinks. You can drink alcohol, wine. They have very, very expensive wine, or whatever, whiskey, whatever you want to drink. You drink, you pay that, you drink whatever you can. Okay. Yeah. But low season maybe drop down to around 800, 750 or 800. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, to support, the local investor here. But you have to need a saving. You can go there like once a year, or maybe to experience it, because they said like very nice place. Yeah. Maybe next year I will go there. Yeah, next year. Okay, let's see. Okay, and next is what we call rent of movable and immovable. So we can rent a property from the government. The government have so much land. Sometimes we rent a land from the government. Sometimes we rent a car from the government, or any kind of equipment from the government. But mostly the government will rent out land. Yeah, you just rent from the government. It's cheap, not that expensive. Compare, we rent from a private properties. So okay, when we pay a rent to the government, we don't need to pay deduct 10% withholding tax. That's all exempt. But just to mention, a lot of people will confuse. Some government institution, they say they are the owner of the land. Yeah, they claim, maybe let's say Ministry of Education, the land, all school properties, that's owned by Ministry of Education. Okay, the hard title will under their Ministry of Education names. Okay, let's say Ministry of Finance, they also have their own properties. Each government institution have their own properties. Yeah. So if we rent from them, then we are exempt only when you actually pay to what we call Treasury departments. You know where the Treasury department is? Yeah, there. Here, the corner there, Treasury department. It means you rent a land from Ministry of Education. You sign a contract with the Ministry of Education. Yeah, you sign contract with the Ministry of Education. But when you pay that rent fee, not pay to the Ministry of Education account, you pay to the Treasury department here. That we call renting a property from the government. But if the person from the Ministry of Education say, hey, don't pay to Treasury, pay to me. I am a department head, or directors of department, or maybe a finance directors of that ministry. If you pay to him, okay, his bank account, or even ministry bank account, they can open a bank account. It is not a government income. It is their own income. So then they have to deduct withholding tax, 10%. So exemption, remember, if under the law, only you pay directly to the Treasury Department, which is the government monies. Okay, next is that salary payments. Yeah, salary, we pay salary. Why we need to pay withholding tax? It's double, right? It's if any payment that you already include as part of a salary, you are exempt from withholding tax. Because some company, they make a mistakes. Even my finance managers yesterday came to my office asking, Bong, what we're going to do? Because we have a drivers, he get a salary every month, he drive for us. And we're going to give his bonus, like yearly bonus. We give, we love driver. We give him like $2,000 bonus every year. So because he do more than as a driver job, yeah, for us. And then we decided, to give him like a fixed bonus, like $2,000 each year, but his salary a few $100 only, plus his OT maybe $500 or $600 or $700. But he do more than a driver job. So he drive, but also he do other job. He's a good guy. So then we provide more incentive. And then the finance directors come to me yesterday, Bob, what we supposed to do with the $2,000? Are we include as part of the salary? Yes, we call bonus, right? Bonus is a salary. What do you want? They said, oh, why your bonus too much? I said, it doesn't matter. If the company decide to give 2,000, 3,000, or 10,000, if you call bonus, it's a bonus. I said, oh yeah, it's strange to, she told me, it's strange to her. Why is strange? He's been working for us more than 10 years, with us more than 10 years, since the company, we started companies. What's wrong with you? Why you just come to me today asking me about all of this nonsense? Okay, so yeah, some company will say, okay, your salary is so small. Sometimes, the boss decide to give more salary, as based on my example here. That's a real one. So they say, oh yeah, should not be a salary, should not be a bonus because the amount is so huge, so big. Okay, some people call, is this what they call kinds of a service fee, and then they pay withholding tax on the $2,000. Some company did that and doing that. Yeah, and some company, they will provide the incentive through what we call a especially for salesperson, a target. You set a target. Say if you can sell this month 100K, I will give you an extra commission, what they call commission, let's say. Of 3% on the, maybe, 3% of the sale. If you don't hit target, you don't get anything. You get only basic salary. If you hit target, you will get 3%. Okay, then a salesperson try to sell, up. If we hit target, we're gonna get, how much is it? 3,000. Yeah. As a salesperson, the salary is not much, a few $100 only. Because those people don't want to have much salary, and they will not give them much salary because the work that it's hardly to control, because they're going around, they are not staying in the office. And sometimes if they don't work, they go and sleep somewhere and they come back say, hey boss, today is a bad luck, I cannot sell anything. Who's gonna control them? And that's why their salary is low. We incentivize them through a commission or a target, and then they will work. If you don't hit the target, okay, $300 a month. That's what you get. If you hit target, you get 3,000 more. Yeah, everyone gonna, motivate and do more sell activities. If not, if you don't do this, they will sleep. Okay, so it doesn't matter you call whatever commission or extra incentive. It doesn't matter how much that employee get during that month. If it is an employee, you have to include as part of salary and pay salary tax. If you already include, no withholding tax. That's what they mean. You cannot declare $300 salary, and then the $3,000 he get as a commission and deduct 15% withholding tax. No, he cannot act as two characters, only one employee. Yeah, whatever employee get and you include as part of a salary, that's a salary tax. That is a taxable salary, not a withholding tax. Okay. What else? Yeah, interest paid to the government. Yeah, but interesting thing is that we discussed about it before. They said when a government borrow money from a foreign or international, but that loan must be recognized by or approved by the MEF. If Ministry of Education want to borrow money from Korean governments, or any bank, if they borrow without approval from the MAF, Ministry of Economy and Finance. Yeah, if you don't get approval, it is your private borrow, and then you have to pay tax if you pay interest. But if you want to be exempt, okay, get my approval, get the MAF approval. Yeah. Yeah, we discussed about it. Yeah, this is wrong. Your book also 500,000 or 50,000. Okay, should be 50, right? We discussed about 50, not 500. Okay, 50. Actually, I pushed it up to 100. When they start to drop this regulation, but my my push is not success. So they only 50,000. I said 50,000 too small. 100 is maybe reasonable. Okay, payment from self-assessment registered taxpayer to another seller for whatever we're talking about, software, right? Software, yeah. And yeah, that's all the exemptions we have. How many exemptions? Please read it. Try to remember it. What kinds of payment that exempt? What kinds of payment is not exempt? This is a important point. When we trying to, implement the law, or maybe you work. Okay. Any questions? It seems we finished the discussion of the payment that can be exempt from withholding tax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That around 10 condition be exempted from withholding tax. Yeah, you need to read it, memorize it. Yeah. For the exam, and the same thing for work. When you are work, you also require this kind of knowledge. Yeah. Because you do a bookkeeping, prepare report every month, and you run through all the payments and the transaction, and then okay, if you remember all this, it's easy for you. Your work is more effective. Yeah. If you don't, and then you open the book at the same time and work, it's a waste of time. Your boss will say, "Hey, what did you do? The work was so slow." Okay. And if you want to become a tax consultant, you want to get a job, yes, that is a must and a need. They said here that's a clause in the tax law. They said determination of source. Yeah, you will learn about source of income. Cambodian source income is 10, and they said foreign source, which is income, is not fall under the Cambodian source, but they have a provision say determination of source. It's what they are saying. Where is the insufficient information to determine the source of income, or where the rule set forth so far cannot clearly reflect the income is from any one source. Tax administration is the one to decide on the source of that income. Wow, this is a powerful. Okay, we are trying to explain, maybe say, no, it is not a Cambodian source income, right? From withholding tax perspective, to be exempt, you try to say that what we pay is not Cambodian source. This is your goal. This is your objective as a taxpayer, right? Yeah. We learn about how to avoid paying tax on salary, and now we learn about a withholding tax, which we pay to a non-resident. If you want to be exempted or don't want to pay tax, you always try to say, hey, this income is not Cambodian source, it's a foreign source. Because if foreign source, no withholding tax. But if your explanation cannot, satisfy the Mr. Officer, they say, I ignore your explanation. Okay, because the law give me a power. Say, I can ignore your explanation. I can ignore your document and information. Yeah. Why? Because under the law provide a power. Mr. Officer can decide himself. And that's why the dispute coming from. Because the law provide a lot of power to them. Yeah. And many company always complain when the tax officer makes wrong decision. Why there's no punishment? Because of this provision. It means they never wrong. Yeah, they never wrong. They say, well, because the law say I can decide, right? I decide whatever I want. Yeah, even though they're completely wrong, when we talk to other, when we go through the appeal process, when we protest against them, they overturn their decision. It means their first decision is completely wrong, but there's no punishment because the law provides them the power to do so. Yeah. So, and that's why I say, the tax officer have a lot of powers, and it's like esteemed job right now. Okay, esteemed job. Okay. Yeah, some of us asking me how going to how should I do if I want to work at the tax departments, study tax law here, Okay, you have a high chance because they do an exam now. Yeah, or maybe if you want to get, just graduate from ComEd, and if you want to get a job there, maybe you finish ACCA. And you have like 1 or 2 year, 1 or 2 year experience working, tax firm, or maybe an audit firms or accounting. Yeah, maybe I would say almost 100% guarantee that you get a job there. Yeah, if they recruit. It's good, they recognize your knowledge and a skill. Before, only, like relationship based. The officer have, the son, daughter, or nephew, whatever. Oh, come. And they don't care about, where, what is your education background are. Yeah, but now they care about education background. They see that it's improvements. Yeah. Okay. So now you see the power. So no question, no need to ask why the officer never wrong. Why? Because the tax law provide such an amnesty, a blanket exemption or power to them. Okay, we discuss about who is going to pay tax. It is what we call withholding agents going to pay tax. So who is the withholding agent? Withholding agent means person that the tax provision require to withhold and pay tax to the budget on behalf of the third person. Yeah, as you can see, withholding tax, the withholding agent will make a payment of the expense, and at the same time, they have to deduct the withholding tax and pay this to the government. So the withholding tax is not a tax of the withholding agent. Actually, the tax of the income earner. Yeah, the same as salary, right? But you have an obligation under law to withhold and pay. If you don't pay, say, hey, not my tax. Why I need to pay? And the guy refused. The guy, the third person do not allow me to do tax. Why I need to pay? Yeah. If I pay, I will pay from my own accounts, which is my additional expenses. Okay. The taxman doesn't care. You can deduct or cannot deduct. That is your responsibility. It's a slave. So you collect tax on behalf of the government agents without fee. If you make mistake, you get punished. You're punished by the tax officer. It's a slave, right? Okay. Anyway, that's a law. That is a law. Not only in Cambodia, but other countries too. But if you work for bank, you have more. You have to follow U.S. withholding tax law as well. Just all commercial bank, you have to, because they U.S. government impose an obligation on all commercial banks around the world. If you are paying, what we call investment income to the American people, you need to deduct 35% withholding tax and pay this to U.S. government. Yeah. Okay. If you are a bank. So on top of local withholding tax, if you are a bank, you also comply with U.S. withholding tax law. But that's only one, 35% withholding tax on investment income, which is interest or maybe any kind of investment, buying and selling of share. Because so if that's investment income paid to a U.S. Person, whether you pay here, they are staying here, or pay to any country, if you as a bank encounter that kind of payment, you have to deduct 35%. Okay. So the withholding agent is all registered taxpayer, as remember, small, medium, and large. But small, we only need to pay only one withholding tax. Do you remember that? Rent, yeah, 10%. So other exempted. But medium and large, we pay all of it. Okay. Okay, we talk about withholding agent and obligation. As I mentioned, it's a physical person, tax provision. Okay, but withholding agent has an obligation to submit tax returns. Yeah, you have it, and pay tax and pay the withheld tax to the tax administration by when it is 20s. You can see salary tax is also 20s, withholding tax also 20. You have to pay it on a monthly basis, 20 days of the following months. This obligation, they also say that this obligation must be carried out in the forms and manner as specified by the tax administration. It means you have to follow them. They have a form for you. You cannot say anything. Sometimes you say, I don't want to follow your form. I will pay tax, but I don't want to follow the form or any kind of process that created by the tax administration. Yeah, sometimes you don't want to, but the law says you cannot refuse. You must follow them. Even though you are not happy, but just do it. Okay. Yeah, because some taxpayer, if especially foreign investor, when they invest here in Cambodia, because for them, some tax payments, sometimes they pay a huge amount of tax, $1 or $2 million. They get tax reassessment, and the local office here doesn't have such amount of money, and then they need support from the head office. And some of them, they want to transfer from the overseas bank account to the GDT bank account directly, not through the local subsidy here. Because if you transfer a few $1 million from overseas to a local company without a good reason, you cannot transfer, because we are gray last year. But this year now we turn into green now. So it means we're free to transfer money. No, there's the restriction is, leave. And yeah, but last year is very, very difficult to transfer. Okay, but of course, the tax department, because I have a few cases last year, say, oh yeah, I want to pay from my head office, so that I can explain to my, my bank there. Can the tax department accept? They don't accept it. They say, I don't care. Whatever you do, pay on times. If you pay late, you will get punished. Okay, pay through, but I only accept pay through the local bank here. Yeah. Okay. It seems our withholding tax lesson is finished. I will have an extra, maybe one more class. I'm trying to explain some of the, like a complex transaction where I believe that you need to know, because you can use when you get a job, when you work, that's very important for you. Okay, but before that, let's try to work on this practical case here. Please run through it and try to answer the questions. Mhm. Okay. Is there any withholding tax issue? Yes or no? Okay. Yes or no? Yes, some say yes. How about you? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Why? Why? Why you say yes? Why is there any? Why? Yes or no? Yes. So why it is yes? Because it's service. Yeah. Okay. Because we paying a legal service to a local advisor, and the question doesn't tell us that the advisor is registered taxpayer, right? Yeah. Because this is we hire a legal advisor to provide a labor, advice related to a labor law. Yeah. So the lawyer the legal advisor perform a service for us, and we make a payment. Okay, that's withhold. And the legal advisor is not a registered taxpayer, and that's why we need to account for withholding tax. How how much is the withholding tax rate? What is the withholding tax rate apply on this service? Withholding tax 15%. Okay, next. And how does it apply? Okay, easy, right? Withholding tax 15% on how much is it? $750. Okay. When we need to pay next? When we need to pay withholding tax? Which month? When we need to pay? Yeah, we can now identify how much withholding tax liability we need to pay. Next step is also important. When we need to pay? If we pay early, we look so stupid. If we pay late, we get punishment. We have to pay on time to make us smart, to make us look smart. Okay. Yeah, pay early, look so stupid. The taxman will say, "Hey, this stupid guy pay too early. He don't know how to manage his cash properly." Yeah, some conservative, some accountant, they really conservative, they don't want to have a trouble. They always pay early. But as I mentioned, some you pay early is good. It's good. Maybe avoid, maybe a, and some exposure. But what happened when you make a payment early and then you don't get a service? Yeah, right. You don't get a service. As I mentioned, to get back the money from the government, it's not easy. You have to go through a painful process, requesting them, begging them, please give me back money. Sorry, I make mistake. Please, Mr. Officer. It's gonna take months, years. Okay. But we don't when we pay them, if we late just one day, we get penalties. Okay. Okay. So when we need to pay? Can anyone tell me? Huh? On 20th of each month. Uh, okay, when actual payment. But during exam, you should, you answer at 20, not 25th. Eh? Yeah. But each month, but which month? December 2023. Okay, they said in November, look at the date. In November 2023, company A hired a local legal advisor to assess labor compliance for fiscal years 2023 with the project fee of 5,000. The compliance assessment has been finalized in December 2023, but the payment of a legal fee will be paid in March 2024. Okay, so when we need to pay? I mean, the actual tax payment, 20 of the following month. When the answer is, we only answer the months that we need to submit a tax return. So, which is the month that we declare, not the payments, when we answer the question. So, which means we need to declare withholding tax in November tax return. If November tax return going to be the actual payment can be 25th of December. If we say December tax returns, then actual payment, the cash payment to the government will be by 25th of January 2024. So which month that we need to declare this withholding tax? November, December, or maybe March? November, we engage legal advisor. Hey, we sign a contract. But does his service perform, or his service, the performance of service complete by November? No, complete by December. What happened? First of all, you need to ask you study account. If the service complete in November, will you record the expense in November or in December? If you, based on this, sorry, I confuse you. I confuse you. Yeah, December, okay. Service complete in December. Okay, we engage, we sign a contract in November, yes, but his perform and complete service in December. What happened with your recording? When in November you sign contract, no service performed yet, will you record expense? Yes or no? Why? Accrual, just sign contract, no service performed. Will you record expense? Okay. It's accounting question, not tax. Will you record? Just sign a contract. Hey, sign a contract and then no service performed in November. Will you record expense? No, right? Until service actually perform and complete. Or maybe, we record only service actually perform. So then we record only the expense in December. Because they said the assessment has been finalized in December. Maybe he performed some services in November, maybe, but we cannot justify. Only when we complete, right? In December, it's mean, oh, wow, all the work is complete. Now I record my expense as an accrual basis, 5,000. Okay. And then you will pay in March 2024. So what happened if, based on accounting, I require you to record, okay, your debit expense in December, right? 5,000. And you credit your liability, account payable, AP. 5,000. Yeah. Okay. The cash payment will be March 2024. Remember when you need to pay withholding tax? The definition of payments. Remember the definition of payments? Earlier off, the payment has been made in cash or in kind, or when you record in your accounting books. Okay, the actual payment, the real payment will happen 3 months after the work complete. But based on accounting, require you to record expense in December 2023. So then withholding tax need to pay in December 2023. Okay, this $750 need to pay in December tax return. December 2023 tax return, which we need to pay in, you just mentioned, in practice, will be the cash will be paid in 25th of Jan 2024, right? The deadline to pay tax by 20 or 25th of the following month. Yeah. You pay cash 25 Jan 2024. Okay, but the question will not ask you about this. When they ask when we need to pay tax, okay, they want to ask you when you need to declare that tax payment in the tax return, not the actual cash payment to the government. Yeah, and then you will respond, okay, this is subject to withhold, yes, 15% withhold tax, because we are paying service fee to a non-registered taxpayer, and we need to pay $750 to the government in December 2023 withholding tax return. If you want to, answer further, say, and then we will remit the tax amount to the tax department by 20th of the following month, which is 20 January 2024, if you want to. Yeah. But no, you don't need to do that. You just say, we'll need to pay in December 2023 tax return. That's enough. Simple, easy. Do you have any question? No. Okay, we still have some time. We do one more. Okay, we still have time. 6 more minutes. Okay, quick. Okay. Okay. This is all about interest payments. This company so poor, borrow from everyone. He borrow from his friend, company B, borrow from shareholder, and also borrow from banks. So withholding tax we apply on a monthly basis. So here they don't ask when you need to pay tax. Yeah, they only ask how much is withholding tax you're supposed to pay per month. Then, that's the question is just ask you how much withholding tax should the company pay per month only. They don't ask when they need to pay, right? Because as you can see, there's no question related to when we need to pay tax. The question only whether withholding tax issue, is there any withholding tax issue? Yes or no? Yes. So they have three different loans. Loan from the company B, and then loan from the shareholder, Mr. C, and then loan from Maybank. So withholding tax will apply on the interest payment to who? Because you say yes. If we borrow from company B, it's a resident taxpayer. Will withholding tax apply? Yes. So percent, how many percent? What is percent? Withholding tax apply on this interest payment at 15% rate. How about borrow money from Mr. C? Mr. C is a shareholder of a company A. You borrow money from Mr. C. Will withholding tax apply? Yes or no? Yes or no? Not sure. Yes or no? Huh? No. Which means we borrow from shareholder, no interest. Why no? Huh? Okay. Why no? Why we borrow from a company B? Company should be a registered company, right? Why you say yes? But when we borrow money from Mr. C, you say no. Why? Mr. C is non-registered. He's a shareholder of companies. Yeah, he is a shareholder of companies. But Mr. C is a non-bank, non-financial institution. The interest exemption only when we make a payment to banks or saving institution. So company A and Mr. C is not a bank and financial institution. So we don't tax apply 15%. So the exemption only when we borrow on loan to who? On the payment interest to who? Maybank. Yeah, you know Maybank, right? Does anyone? Yeah, everyone know Maybank. It's a Malaysian bank. It's a government bank, Malaysian government banks. So yeah, this is exam. Okay. If you want to calculate, I know you know how to calculate interest, right? This is yearly interest rate. Only these two loans that are subject to interest. This is yearly. Yeah, you just multiply by rate and divide by 12. So how much monthly withholding tax? Monthly withholding tax, 10% on 15% on monthly interest for this one. 10% on 500 will be 50. 50 divided by 12. You take this 500 multiplied by 10% and divided by 12. And you add 8% on 300K. Yeah, too long. Yeah, how much you get? Just withholding tax. Huh? So this is 15%. Write down again. On this one, monthly will be 50,000 divided by 12 will be 10% on 500K will be 50,000. 50,000 divided by 12. We calculate monthly interest. How much is it? 4,100. 66. Plus the 300,000 loans, which is 8%. So 8% on 300,000 will be 24,000. 24,000 divided by 12 will be 12. It will be 2,000, not 12. So then how much is withholding tax that you need to pay each month? 95. Huh? That's why I say too low. Why 95? Okay, so each month the company A need to pay withholding tax $925 on two loan from the company B and loan from the shareholder Mr. C. So the loan from banks is exempted. You see, have more question? Oh, yeah, more. 3 more. Okay. Okay, it's time now, 9:02. So yes, see you. Maybe I'm not sure Saturday. I have a conflict schedule. I'm not sure because I need to do a presentation for one of the SME, but let's see today whether they confirm or not. I will let you know whether we have a class on Saturday or not, because I have a commitment to do a presentation about update tax law once a year for their SME. Yeah.